Hey guys, welcome to another awesome episode of The SIC Show, and find out about a landscape wedding photographer in this episode. Oh, I forgot to introduce you, Johnny.
Yeah, I'm here as well, but that's okay. And we're going to inspire you, well, I'm going to inspire you with a story about my emu encounter out in the New South Wales outback. And we're also going to find out about Brent's $1 million camera. Let's get into it.
I've got it down here.
The SIC Show. Share, inspire, create.com. Share.
All right, so Johnny, tell me about this landscape wedding photographer I heard about.
The other weekend, guys, my partner's actually a wedding photographer, and she's about 4 months pregnant now. So I've been taken on board. I went to help her as a second shooter. To be honest, I felt like I should have been assistant to the second shooter, but we couldn't find a second shooter, so that had to be me. And I gotta say, man, it was hectic. Like, I had fun, but I got mad respect for wedding photographers, dude. Like, I reckon the whole day, took about 14 hours. So it was like an hour there, 12 hours shooting, an hour back. Man, I was wiped. I'm still wiped. It was 3 days ago, and I'm still trying to recover, man. And you've done plenty of weddings, Brent. You know all about it, man. It's hardcore. I don't know how my partner Ange does it all by herself. I couldn't do it.
I've done a decade of weddings, and I'm over it, man.
Oh, man.
I also have mad respect for wedding photographers.
Yeah.
You need so much energy, and I remember when I used to put in so much energy, I'd be sweating, and I'd be exhausted after a wedding.
Yeah.
It took me like 2 days to recover, and I'm reasonably fit.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy, man.
But I know, I called Johnny the next day, and he could barely talk to me.
Yeah, I was a drooling mess, even after coffee. So,
yeah. So what was the most difficult thing that you encountered on the whole day?
To be honest with you, it's keeping that fun energy up the whole day, because it's up to you, even if the people are getting tired, to be that inspired and keeping fun and, oh man, this is awesome, when even you're feeling flat and down, So, and it's worse towards the end of it, because people have had a few drinks, so they start becoming happier and fun, and you're still working till 10 o'clock at night, and that's when you're at your flattest, and you've still got to keep motivated and fun. So I reckon that's what was the most draining part.
No, but I mean, most of the work for wedding photographers actually happens after the wedding.
It's true.
Because all the editing, getting the images ready for the client to have a look at, creating the album.
Do you know how many images we ended up from 2 cameras?
How many?
Over 1,700. That's a lot of images.
And how many are you going to get it down to and show the client?
I think it's around 500, because that's what they promised to an album.
So 1 out of 3.5 images. So you got to basically throw 2 away and keep 1.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, but it's doable. I mean, there's lots of candid moments, and that's what you're looking for. In the end, after the formal shots, like the candid moments where people are having fun and stuff, I think that's what you build out. That's it. So
totally.
Anyway, guys, mad respect to wedding photographers, and hopefully that was my last.
Inspire.
All right, Johnny, inspire us with the Emu Puppet Show.
So as you guys know, I work for national parks here in New South Wales, and I do a lot of landscape and wildlife photography for them. And last year I spent three weeks on the road in the outback, and this one park, it's called Peru-Darling National Park, amazing lakes and open plains. And anyway, we were driving along this dirt road that seemed to never end. It was this big straight, and about 200 metres in front of me, I saw a dad emu and the babies cross the road. Because what happens with emus, after the chicks are born, the dad looks after it. Oh, yeah, so that's what happens. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, the dad crossed the road, and the emus, and I pulled up, and I jumped out with my 70 to 200 with my 2x converter on it on my crop camera. So what does that make me? Something like 200 times 2 is 400, and then on the crop is another 2. So I was about 600 mil. About 600 mil. Yeah. So that's crazy sort of length.
Yeah. Just to stop you there for a sec. Just so people that aren't from Australia know what an emu is, it's a large bird, like an ostrich, right?
It is like an ostrich, yeah. Okay. And it can't fly, but it's got really long legs, and they can run like hell. Like they move, man.
Quite dangerous too.
Oh, they can be. Yeah, okay. They've got big toes they can have a go at you with, and really long neck and sharp beak. So I wouldn't like to get on the wrong side of one, put it that way. Right. Anyway, so I jumped out the vehicle, and there wasn't much to hide around, so I'm sort of hiding along the edge of the road, and there's this one bush sort of Johnny shaped. So yeah, sort of Johnny shaped, a bit bigger than Johnny, but yeah, sort of Johnny shaped. Anyway, I got to that, and I'm sitting there waiting, and it's coming closer and closer and closer, and it was looking straight at the bush, so I didn't want to pop up because I knew if I popped up, I would have scared it away and I wouldn't have made the shot.
And it had its chicks with it.
It had its chicks, yeah. So there was about 8 little chicks running around its feet as well, you know. Yeah. So anyway, the big emu got closer and left the chicks behind because I think he was sort of scouting ahead while the chicks were picking around and learning to feed. Anyway, and man, this thing literally got to the other side, just like there, and I'm hiding behind the bush, and it's on the other side of the bush like that, and I'm going, man, if it finds me, it's going to go me. You know, I was actually really...
So when you mean go, you like attack you?
Yeah, it was going to go me. Anyway, so I'm sitting down behind the bush and I think, man, the only thing I can do is do the emu sock puppet thing and hopefully it just scares it back enough so I can get the shot. So I'm down behind the bush, man, and I stick my hand up like this. And I'm going like this, like an emu. And he's looking at me going like this, and he backed up enough and then went back to his chicks. Thought he was a bit startled, but not startled enough to attack me.
Yeah,
you know, just to move back. And I popped up from behind the bush, man, and got my shots and got back down and backed out of there. But that was, man, it was literally, I reckon, like 1.5 meters. Like, so what's that? Like
3 feet. 4 feet.
4 foot, yeah, probably 4 foot away from me.
Yeah.
And I'm doing the emu sock pucket thing to try and get it to back up. But anyway, guys, awesome experience. I absolutely loved it and got some amazing images. And yeah, cool. So that's it,
thanks,
man.
Johnny. That's an inspiring story.
It was.
For that.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Create.
All right, Brent, man, show us how to create something with your $1 million camera.
All right. So here it is. This is a $1 million camera. Why?
So what have we got there, man? Let's talk
So,
about
okay. So Canon 5D Mark II.
Right.
And a 70-200 f4 lens. And the, which flash is this? 580 EX2 flash on the top.
So at the time, the body would have been at its... That's a pretty high-end body, but that lens is only an f4, so it's not the 2.8.
No, not the 2.8.
And that flash, is that their high-end flash or not?
It was at the time. I think they've got a newer one. Yeah. I mean, I still use it. I still use this camera.
I know.
You know, today.
Amazing. Yeah.
Even though I got the Mark III or the later version of this body, I'm still using this to shoot, probably half my family portraits. But the reason that this is a $1 million camera, guys, is I've earned more than $1 million with images I photographed from this camera, and only images of family portraits, not weddings or anything else. So I've checked it over the last 3 years or so since I've had this camera, maybe a little bit longer. But yeah, over $1 million has been earned from this camera shooting family portraits.
And I think that just proves, mate, you don't need... I mean, yeah, that's some good quality gear there, don't get me wrong. In the day, I'm sure you paid pretty good money for it. But you don't need to have 25 lenses, 5 different camera bodies, and 100 different, lighting options.
Yeah.
You can just have a really simple, basic setup and create some amazing stuff and earn a good income.
Totally. And that's it. I mean, this and the, maybe 2 batteries and a 4 gig card.
4 gig?
Yeah. I could shoot 2 families on a 4 gig card.
That's amazing. I roll and I've got this big wallet of 32 gig. Mind you, I never fill them up. But they're good for video, but it's amazing, yeah.
There it is.
There it is.
Still in there.
Awesome.
4 gig card.
Still using it. And
totally.
So this is over, 4 or 5 years, is it?
I earned that over probably 3.5 years.
Yeah.
Shooting family portraits.
That's a really good testimonial, and it's not about the gear, guys. It's, with the photography thing, particularly a portrait studio, it's more about the marketing, isn't it? Knowing how to impress the clients, and once you get to a stage where you're taking good photos of portraits all the time, the rest of it is basically up to marketing, isn't it?
And it's systems, basically, educating the customer what you do, finding out if they're your perfect client, do they actually want what you're offering, finding out exactly what they want and tailoring it to their needs, and then giving them what they want, and then they spend the money. It's actually not that difficult.
Yeah, no, that's great. That's awesome, mate. Yeah. Thanks for sharing, man.
No worries.
That's epic. Yeah. There you go, the $1 million camera. If you want it, here's a link. No, I'm joking.
Actually, I should maybe probably auction it off.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, we'll accept 100 for it. 1,000. Nah, thanks guys. Awesome.
All right, so wedding photographer Johnny, man, what a great story. And how's the emu story? I love that too.
Oh man, epic. That was life-changing, dude. Like getting that close to photograph those chicks and that, totally amazing. And having that close encounter with a big emu like that in the wild, it's just, my heart was going, ooh.
But lovely images, man.
Yeah,
awesome.
Cool. Yeah, it was awesome. I really enjoyed it. And guys, this is the $1 million camera. And Brent, I believe that you've got a new course that's out now.
I do, and I've been working on this course for over a year. I've been filming for over a year, and
That's
it's
amazing.
just finally finished. It's basically, the course is called Portrait Photography for Profit, and it's how I run my whole portrait studio. It's the business of portrait photography.
And what I love about it, my partner's actually been taking this course, and what I love about it, it goes into detail every little thing you need to do to be successful in your portrait business. And I think, that is just, it's priceless, that information.
Totally.
Mate.
Like the mindset that you need, why are you actually getting into this business? Because if you don't actually know why you're getting in, after a while you're working really hard and you're like, what? Like, why am I doing this? Why am I working so hard?
That's it.
And where am I going? So you got to have that. So I basically go through everything, like the how to attract clients to you, how to convert your leads into actual clients, the photo shoot, the editing of the images, then presenting them to your clients, basically how to sell or how the clients actually order from you, and actually go through 3 real ordering presentations. I put a GoPro right here in this.
So you're like a fly on the wall while you do the presentation.
Fly on the wall
and
on
steroids.
steroids.
Some of those were $multi-$1,000 sales too, weren't they, mate?
Yes.
Yeah,
well, one was the last one was a $2,000 sale.
Wow.
But most of them were over $1,000.
There you go.
But I've broken it down into 7 steps, each of the viewings or the ordering presentations, and I run through what actually happened in the studio over here, what the clients asked me, and then what I actually told them, and then we also overcome objections at the end, and then the stick email that you send to make sure the order actually sticks.
That's amazing.
And then when the client comes to pick up their prints, what you give them to make sure that they actually refer you to their friends.
That's amazing, mate. There's an amazing amount of information there, and it's worth every dollar, mate.
Yeah.
You can convert everything you've done in this course into a successful business, then that's amazing, mate. Awesome, mate. That's incredible. I can't believe how much work you put into
So I've
this.
got a little discount code below this video, so check it out if you're interested.
Check it out, and and the link will be there also. But don't forget to check out the show notes at shareinspirecreate.com for everything we talked about in this show, and you can also see some of the images a bit larger there that we talked about.
Yeah, totally. And subscribe to iTunes, guys, and leave us some comments on iTunes too.
Yeah, the comments on iTunes are great. They help with our podcast ranking, and we really appreciate it. And guys, don't forget to leave us some feedback also under this video, and we love the feedback, don't we, mate?
Oh, totally.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, guys, that's it for this show, and I appreciate you for watching, and have a great week.
Give me back my $1 million camera. see you next week. Bye.
To find out more, go to shareinspirecreate.com.